In this video we are going to be checking over this Olympus Infinity Stylus 35mm camera, and my goal here is to look at everything that I would want to do if I had this in my hand, which I do but you don't, and I'm just going to go through everything and test it all out here. So I do have a battery and a scrap roll of film that we're going to put in. First, let's just look at it and see that this is the version that has the quartz date, calendar, and date down here. Separate little display, a little bit more deluxe version than the base model. The cover slides and clicks nicely, and the battery compartment is clean. So I'm going to put the battery in. The door snaps shut. And so now we can see here on the quartz date display is just a series of dashes, and I'm going to set it. So we're going to set the mode here, and it comes up to January 1st, 1989, which is the start of the cycle on this camera. So if we want to set this now, I just hold the mode switch down and we can switch the year, and if we go through we will see that it goes all the way up through 2020 and then goes back to 1989. So there's only a little bit of time left where we're in 2018 here, where the calendar will be correct, but we can set it here to October 1st. The one's already there. We could set the time to whatever we want that to be and hit the mode. 18, 10, 1, or we can go 10, 1, 18. So we've got the calendar and clock set. Let's load the film. And this is just a scrap roll. It's not a full length roll. We can put that in. There. And then we push the tail into the markings there, make sure that it's all straight, and close the door. And we hear the motor running. And now if I open this, we'll see it's set to picture number 1. I'm going to turn the flash off here for the first few test shots here. So here we are going to watch and see the lens extend and the shutter go off. I saw the shutter down inside there. I don't know how well it showed in the video. Now if we want to check the self timer, what we do is we push and hold the self timer button and then push the shutter. And that started this red light here, and when that starts blinking it'll indicate that it's close to time for the shutter to activate. Here it comes. And it also advanced the film to position 4. So now let's check out the flash functions. Now we have it off. Now there's on fill in. I'm going to do where we actually force the flash to go off. Well, the fill in, yeah, there we go. Now, and that light, that indicates it's ready and it will go. And I saw that flash bright. Again, I don't know how well that showed on the video. Now I'm going to advance it to the the Auto S, and that is where it will do a kind of a pre-flash to cut out the red eye effect. And there the light came on. There's the pre-flash, and the flash goes off. So the flash is functioning. And now what I'm going to do is turn the flash off so we don't have to wait for it to generate. It takes a little bit of time between shots where the flash recharges. But now we can just pop off the rest of these. And while we do that, we'll look at it from different angles. We can see the lens moves forward to focus. And it rolls back in. The counter is counting up. I think I got about 15 or 16 on this roll before it will. There, oh, 15. Now the lens goes back in, it's rewinding, counting backwards, 13, 12, and so on. And if I were to close the cover right now, it just turns off that display. If I were to open it, it just shows it's continuing to count back down. We'll get down to 1 and roll a little past where it's for sure. I just heard the film break free of the take-up spool. And so now the E is flashing, which means empty. So we know it's safe to now open up the back. The film has all wound back into this cassette. And if this were a real roll of good film and we'd taken pictures, we would send that out for processing. While we have the door open, let's take a look here. The guides here look good. I see no cracks in anything here. The light seal gasket looks like it's still okay. Looking here, light seals. And everything looks good here. Over on the door, we see the pressure plate looks good. This piece for holding the film in works well. And the little window here. This, by the way, is a common problem on this model, is this little window sometimes falls out, and it's certainly present on this one and looks like it's in good condition, as is the gasket around the window. Everything looks good. The door latch looks good, and we can see that it correctly closes, and it's trying to wind film that isn't there. If we look at the strap, it's an Olympus strap, and it's in good condition. Has this little piece that can be slid back and forth for whatever purpose you'd want to do that. And the back looks good. I see a little shadow of, maybe there was a sticker on here at some point, but you see some lines right around there in a rectangular formation. A few little scratches here. It's serial number 9011612, and the tripod socket looks to be in good condition. So all in all, this looks to be quite a nice example of the Olympus Infinity Stylus. I'm going to take the battery back out because that isn't included in the sale, but we can see the contacts are nice and clean, and the door snaps properly.